All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Today is going to be absolutely insane. This is really cool. I appreciate everybody being here. Today I am joined by Schlep and Ruben Sim. And these dudes, in my opinion, absolute heroes, dude. Like the work that these dudes are doing is so incredible. And they are getting nothing but resistance from a platform that they are trying to keep safe. And it's crazy because this platform is for our children, bro. Like my kids play Roblox. So when I heard all of the stuff that's going on Roblox, and these dudes are already over there handling business, I'm going to let them tell most of their story, but it's just such an honor to have you guys here with us right now, man. Thank you, both of you gentlemen, for being here with us today.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Happy to be here.
So Schlep's camera isn't working, but I do promise you this is the real Schlep. He's actually just, he's in hiding right now because Roblox hired some cartel members to come after him. Don't worry. He pulled out the ARP. He gunned them all down. It's straight, but he's sort of in hiding right now. I made that up.
Yeah.
Schlep, do you want to tell us what's going on, man? Because this story is blowing up.
Oh, man. So, yeah, I've been catching predators on Roblox for over a year now. It started out with doing little like Roblox Chris Hansen stings, and eventually it made its way to I got in touch with some of Alex Rosen's people, and they trained me really well, but I got my first guy with him, and I just have kept catching people since, and I'm catching people within an unmoderated platform, practically unmoderated. It's called Discord. And Roblox is sending users onto that platform, and there's loads of communities related to Roblox and just like not safe for work stuff going on there. And I catch and find people on that platform, and we go ahead and get them, to like, they are the ones saying everything. I mean, before we even think about a meet, these predators literally have to tell us, like, we can't even say anything. They have to specifically say, I want to meet up with you to have sex in real life. Like, that's exactly what they have to say. Like, they can't just say, I want to meet up. They specifically need to say they want to meet up for sex. So all these people, we take it super seriously. Every time we go out, we have security with us. I work with people that have loads of convictions of real life predators. And Roblox, they didn't like that. They went ahead and banned me off the platform. They're saying that I'm not reaching out through the appropriate channels, but the reality is there is no appropriate channels, because anybody who plays Roblox can just anecdotally tell you that Roblox reports don't work. Like, you will report the most heinous thing you've ever seen on Roblox, and it will just, still be on the platform. And I've gone this step further. I've created moderation tickets about like crazy stuff on the platform, and it somehow still does nothing. Like, for instance, I mentioned in my video how a guy was threatening to shoot up the Las Vegas Sphere in a Roblox game, where 2 days before that was saying how or there was a real life terrorist that got busted playing that game. And he had like a whole attack planned or something like that. But yeah, I sent that to Roblox, and I was kind of furious with them. I'm like, this guy is making terroristic threats. This could like actually jeopardize people's lives. Why are you not like taking this further? And I mean, they very clearly weren't. They didn't terminate his account. If they actually saw that this guy made a terroristic threat, his account would have been terminated. So yeah, I mean, that's just one instance of the problem. But yeah, Roblox, Ruben can speak more on this.
Of the cease and desist that they sent Schlep was that he wasn't reporting things through the proper channels, when he was doing exactly that. You can see in his videos, he's filling out the report forms. He's sending the emails. In one case, he even physically mailed a binder full of evidence on a guy, including pictures of him in handcuffs at the arrest. And Roblox still didn't do anything until the video came out.
And the video, of course, being the dude actually getting cuffed up.
Well, actually, that guy specifically, we got him banned before the video came, or like before the video released, but it was because he got back on Roblox and people were spamming Roblox. Yo, there is a child predator on your site. This guy, just tried to meet up with a kid. And that guy was so disturbing, because he had admitted, like, at the very end, I swear, if I had like 20 more minutes with him, I would have gotten him to like admit to like just child porn. I almost was certain he had that. But he was he admitted to doing this to other minors. We caught him on multiple accounts. So like, that's how you know these people are bad. So yeah, he was like, I mean, how I look at it is all these people I've caught, they would still be doing what they were doing if it wasn't for us. Like, they would still be grooming kids in the Roblox community. And like, I think of it like this, like, it wouldn't have just been, oh, maybe each one of them groomed one person. Like, they probably each would have groomed a lot of people. Like, I mean, I don't even want to know how many victims could have potentially been prevented just by those people who, I mean, these are very, very active people in a Roblox children's game sex community on that, and they're grown adults, you know?
Yeah. So do they not have any protections when people get reported? They're just not looking at reports at all whatsoever.
Well, that is part of the issue. I mean, you have to keep in mind this platform, Roblox claims, has over 100 million people active on it every single day. You look at platforms like TikTok, which has 40,000 moderators. Roblox doesn't even have 10% of that, and they have more users than TikTok.
Yeah. TikTok does a really good job of over moderating.
Yes.
Unfortunately,
yeah.
I've been banned on there 8 times, and it's always just for talking about shooting pedophiles or putting them in wood chippers. So currently banned on my main account over there again. Probably get it back. But it's crazy to me that they have a kids game that's they have to be bringing in a shitload of money. I know that I personally have spent a lot of money on Roblox for my kids. They have to be raking hand over fist, but they're not putting money into child safety. It seems as if they're doing the opposite. Do you guys want to talk a little bit about the new terms of service that they created, which seems almost like it was aimed at you guys? And
it definitely was. It definitely was, because that article that they put out about working with law enforcement and how vigilante groups aren't allowed, that came out the same day that they banned Schlep. And as far as we're aware, no one else was banned. No one else got a cease and desist that does what Schlep does. He is the only person that could have been about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
That's literally insane to me.
Yeah. And I thought some of the crazy stuff about it, they were accusing me of doing this for a profit motive, like all that. I mentioned in my video, my backstory behind catching predators. I was groomed by a predator on Roblox. And it was a popular game developer, and Roblox, my family reached out to Roblox. Nothing happened. Like, it's the exact same stuff that I am showcasing in my videos. And that was like years ago. Like, this problem has been going on consistently for probably almost what is a decade now, you know? I mean, I remember when I was really little, there was something, but like, you know, you could not even get a hold of a Roblox staff member if you're just like a normal person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like myself, my personal experience, it happened to me when I was 6 years old. So I kind of became the person that I needed back then. You know, if some dude would have come and kicked in the door and stopped what was happening to me, I would have fucking loved that. So you've become the person that you needed when this was happening to you, Schlep, which is fucking astounding. Jeremy Richmond said that what's more disturbing is that the CEO is attempting to add a dating feature to Roblox.
I mean, it's laughable. I mean, you think of Roblox, like any person, what is Roblox? A kid's game. Okay, why are we turning that into Tinder? Like, that just, it doesn't compute. That's just so weird. And then they go after people like me, and then they turn a blind eye to predators on the platform. It's like, I don't even know what you call it. Like, you can go onto these huge Roblox games, like hundreds of people playing them concurrently. Like, Roblox has to be aware of this. And, you know, you will see people asking to trade nudes on Snapchat and, you know, all of that. And it doesn't take that long. Eventually you go down the rabbit hole, you'll find like, you know, CP rings of people trying to trade child pornography for Robux. And it just makes you think, wow, if I was a Roblox administrator, you could just Thanos snap these people, you know? Everybody's gone. Like, it's just ridiculous.
That's insane to me. Like, you guys know the history of Snapchat too, right? Like, Snapchat was originally created for the specific purpose of college kids and young adults to be able to send nudes, and they would disappear. And then they rebranded it for kids with very alluring filters for children.
Oh, yeah.
personally, I hate Snapchat. I'm super against it because of that. It seems like they just tried to ensnare kids in something really foul. And I imagine that if they were doing a better job, a lot more people would be getting busted there. So it goes from Roblox onto a Discord, and people are meeting on this Discord. And then oftentimes, does it seem like they jump onto Snapchat to be able to exchange pictures from there?
Usually they'll just go straight from Roblox to Snapchat. Roblox has filters in place to stop you from saying the word Snapchat, but it's so easy to find ways around that. Kids will just say, add me on Snap or add me on the Ghost app, and they can just exchange usernames. So Discord doesn't even have to be like an intermediary for that type of stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So, and Ruben, you had a situation where they sued you. How much of that can you talk about? Because you've won.
I could talk about a lot. So basically, I had just made a video about a Roblox developer predator being grooming a 12-year-old, and at first I just made the video for staff because I was in contact with someone from their developer relations team. They ended up deleting his account, but he had a really popular game and they refused to take the game down because it was making the company so much money. And a ton of people protested this. They never took action. They ended up filing their lawsuit against me. And not even 6 months after they did that, the exact same predator was arrested by the FBI for kidnapping and raping a 15-year-old.
Holy shit, dude. A 15-year-old.
Yes. And Bloomberg wrote a really great article about it called Roblox Has a Pedophile Problem.
Yeah. So they had every type of red flag, every warning.
Exactly. And they refused to take the game down simply because it was making them money. And then they have the nerve to go and accuse Schlep of doing this for monetary gains. And they even mentioned in their article talking about vigilantes that sometimes vigilantes will refuse to report predators to keep them on the platform longer. Like, isn't that exactly what Roblox is doing when their developers get outed?
Absolutely. Yeah, 1000%. They've literally been caught doing that. That shit is so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So they tried to sue you for $1.6 million.
Right.
Over a video.
It was over a few things. They said that they had spent over $100,000 trying to ban my accounts off the platform. So before the lawsuit, they had been what I call chase banning me, where they chase me down. They look for any account that I would make. And when I would get banned, I would just make a new account. That's usually what people do when they get banned on Roblox. In fact, on the ban screen, there's a logout button that takes you straight back to the sign up page. So it's almost as if the company knows when we ban people, they just make new accounts. I was the only person that they ever actually enforced a ban on fully. And so they claimed that the reason that they sued me was for computer fraud, which is the law that you use to sue hackers when they hack you. And what Roblox claimed was that by making new accounts, I was accessing their platform without authorization. That's the wording of the law, and therefore I was hacking them. But in Schlep's case, this is the first time that they've banned him and told him, like, you're not allowed on the platform, and he's obeying them completely. He's saying he's not going to make a new account because he doesn't want to get sued like how I was.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's expensive, it's time consuming, and it's stressful anytime you have something like that go on.
Absolutely.
Whether you win or lose, it's a net loss, dog.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
So, and it's not anything to them. They have lawyers on retainer. So I'm sure they would love to try to further pursue going after people who are literally trying to take predators that are trying to hurt children off of their platform. Do you guys know about the shower games, man?
Yes.
Oh,
we're
man.
both very familiar with those.
Can somebody explain what the shower games are to me?
Do you want me to go?
Do you want to, or do you want me to go? I
Yeah,
can
so
explain.
for
Go ahead.
I guess Roblox has had this really prevalent problem of how these games aren't like necessarily like, if you were to look at it, they don't look like a sex game, but they give the tools to the players to make it a sex game. Like
Mhm.
they you can shower with people. If it was just a normal avatar you're wearing, it's just a normal shower, right? But obviously people join with bypass clothing and naked avatars, and they have beds in a shower game. Like, well,
Yeah.
explain that. Like, that doesn't make any sense. And then there's like club games on Roblox where in the clubs they have beds and private rooms. I mean, private rooms to me is just insane. Like the even concept of it. But if you read the chats, you will just straight up find predators. I mean, it's absolutely wild what it takes to get rid of some of these games. The only one I can really think of off the top of my head that I got successfully removed was when Hindenburg, they wrote a massive piece on Roblox about all the stuff that they were doing. There was this. I'm going to be honest. It was straight up like a CP ring game on Roblox, and people were in the chat. They were like saying like trading stuff and all of that. You could find predators so easy in that game, and I sent it to Hindenburg, a video where I caught a predator off of that game to show that game is riddled with predators. And they put it in their piece about Roblox, and Roblox terminated the game. That was interesting. I think that's probably the only instance I've seen Roblox do something like that over people saying stuff in Roblox chat. But there's so many different games on Roblox where they're just like pedophile hubs. I mean, the games itself, like in some instances, aren't doing anything wrong, but the people that are playing them are like, they are sextorters. They are looking for children to groom, and
Yeah,
kids have
and in a
no
lot of these
idea.
cases, the developers know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
The game itself may not explicitly tell people this is what we want you to do, but when you have a nightclub with private bedrooms and showers, like what's going to happen in there.
That's Diddy for kids, bro.
Exactly.
That's
Yep.
like that's Diddy parties for kids. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So you were able to get them to successfully take down one game, but that had some decent publicity on it before they did that. Is that correct?
Right.
Yeah.
But that came from Hindenburg, and Hindenburg's main audience is investors and people that invest in Roblox's stock. So it seems like there's a pattern here, and that Roblox only takes action when it hurts their image and it hurts their bottom line.
So what I don't want to have you guys say anything that would put you in any legal issue, but if people out there are upset and they wanted to do something to really get Roblox's attention, what do you guys think should be done? Do you think it should be gunning to have Roblox shut down? Parents should not allow their kids on there. Just getting really loud and exposing what's going on. What do you guys think would be a good move if somebody were so inclined?
I think that if you have kids and you want them to be on this platform, you have to supervise them. And if you're not able to supervise your kids, if you don't have the time to do that, then they just shouldn't be on the platform. The company has shown time and time again, they're not going to be there when a predator tries to contact your kid to abuse them. And so the parents have to be there, or the kids just have to stay off the app.
Yeah. Schlep, do you agree?
Oh yeah, entirely. I mean, that's such like a crazy like thing to like even say, because it's like, it's such a disconnect between what is Roblox is pushing and like what the reality actually is. And that is literally the fundamental basis behind all these lawsuits against Roblox.
Yes. They like to say all over their website, all over their blog, that hundreds of millions of kids have a safe experience every day, and it just misleads parents into this false sense of security that they can leave their kids unsupervised on this platform. I think in 2022, they more than doubled the amount of reports that they were making to NCMEC, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, over the previous year. And so the question is, did the amount of incidents double, or were they just underreporting for the previous year? And I think the answer is obvious, and it's the latter. And I think that that makes me question, are they still underreporting? And I think that when they say hundreds of millions of kids have a safe experience, I think that that's dishonest, because the reality is they don't know what kind of experiences these kids are having.
Yep. I mean, clearly they're setting them up to have clubs with private bedrooms,
Yeah.
and they're talking about installing. Have they actually gone through with a dating app inside of Roblox, or is this something they just had announced?
They have announced this. They announced it over a year ago, and they keep trying to softly roll it out to convince people that it's coming. Every year at their developers conference, their CEO brings it up, and every time he does, you hear this huge groan from the audience, and everyone's rolling their eyes. But it's definitely coming. I feel like Roblox has kind of saturated the market of kids, and right now their only way to grow is to open it up to more adults, and that's what the dating feature is trying to do. But obviously, with all the safety problems that this platform has, it can only spell disaster.
Well, bringing more adults into a kid's platform that's already not safe for the kids. Yeah. What could possibly go wrong? And getting them in under the pretext of dating.
Yes.
You're literally just trying to tell all predators, hey, it's open season over here.
Of course. Yeah.
Predators already know that. That's the crazy part. I mean, predators, they literally, for instance, Alex Rosen has caught numerous predators where, like, you know, he isn't catching them on Roblox, but these are, you know, Telegram CP traders. And they're like, you know, they'll say, oh my God, yeah, I do use this app. It's called like Roblox. And I give kids Robux and they send me child pornography. I mean, yeah, there's actual predator catches like that Alex Rosen has done. And it's crazy. Absolutely mind blowing.
So there are people that are literally using the fake money, the Roblox.
It's, oh my gosh. I couldn't even put it.
Shit, dude.
I couldn't even like estimate how much Robux is actually being used to like trade child pornography. It is a lot. It is a lot of Robux. I'm not sure when this was, but there was a guy in Wales who groomed like 100 kids. It was one guy.
Yeah.
And he was using Robux. Yeah.
He was over 100 kids.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Over 100 kids.
Yeah. There was another guy in Florida named Patrick Shane Penzak. He was in his 40s. And what he would do was he would buy Roblox gift cards for kids and trade them for nudes. And once he would get the nudes from the kids, he would threaten to release them if the kids didn't send more. And what's especially disgusting about his case is he would make kids do these increasingly disgusting things, up to doing stuff with bodily fluids, with feces, with their pets. All for Roblox.
And by the way, Roblox did not ban him until a long time later, right?
Yeah. His account was mentioned in the police report that they released, and they never banned him until months. I think over a year later.
I think it might have been years. It was a long time.
So this guy could have had his trial deemed a mistrial. He could have been out on bond. He could have been using this account again. But Roblox was just sitting on their asses, not doing anything about it. And I think it's just they don't have the resources, and their moderation department hasn't scaled to the point where it needs to accommodate how many users they have.
But both of you gentlemen who are on there protecting kids, exposing predators, working with law enforcement to do so legally through the proper channels, have gone out of your way to report to them with no avail. But both of you gentlemen have been banned, but they didn't ban this guy.
Right. And I get that. I don't believe that Roblox supports pedophilia. I'm sure that there's a lot of good people at this company who want their platform to be safe. And I get that it's hard to moderate a platform as large as Roblox, but the least they can do is not go after people that are helping them do their job for them.
Well, I mean, that sends a clear and present message as to where they actually stand with this. You know, I know that they probably understand how big this problem is. I can't imagine that they're blind to how big the problem is, but it's making them fucking money, bro. Mm-hmm. These predators are making them money.
Yeah.
And so it seems as if they're choosing to allow the predators to stay to keep their profit margins going at the risk of the children that are on this app. I've seen a lot of people in the chat saying that straight up that the CEO is a pedophile. A lot of people seem to be really, really angry at this CEO.
I wouldn't go that far.
I definitely wouldn't. No.
Yeah, and part of that is because we don't want to get sued.
No, I understand. It's just people in the chat.
I honestly, the thing is, I would not even like I understand where people are coming from, but it's just like, I don't know. I think that's a little crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think we're quite there yet, but I think it's just that they're refusing to accept that things are as bad as they actually are, and you can't solve a problem that you refuse to admit even exists.
That's absolute facts right there. That's absolute facts. I see a lot of people also in the chat asking me to get the Fat Electrician and the Unsubscribed podcast gentlemen on this. I don't know if you guys saw what they just did to the Buffalo school system for ignoring and covering up for child predators and incidents, but I'm going to be out there next week in Texas with them. And I've already talked to the Fat Electrician about this. And he did tell me he has an extra binder. And, you know, me and him both have kids that are Roblox age. I don't know if his kids are on Roblox. My kids are no longer on Roblox. They were. All of this coming out was an instant stop for me. So I would recommend to anybody that's in the chat, if you have kids, that you make sure that your kids are not on Roblox. You know, my approach was, I'm going to get you a different game. And, you know, that's just what it's going to be, because you're not going to be on this platform anymore.
Yeah, I mean, like, I look at it like this. Epic Games, they are huge. They have incidents of bad, you know, behavior taking place on it. But let's be real, predators are everywhere on the internet. But Epic Games is handling with Fortnite and all that significantly better than anything Roblox is doing. And they have somewhat of a similar system to Roblox where you can like build your own games in it and stuff like that. Yeah. So they themselves are somehow handling, you know, that better than, you know, Roblox. And I mean, I've never like seen what their, you know, moderation support is, but I have heard things about it. And if there is a predator, I've heard people can get them banned. So, I mean, that's the difference between Roblox and like other gaming platforms.
Well, you can't tell me that Roblox can't do it. You can't tell me that they couldn't invest more in moderators to be able to look into these reports. You know, they're choosing not to. They're choosing to prioritize other things besides children's safety. And I wouldn't make such a strong statement on that if they hadn't sent you a cease and desist, if they hadn't banned both of you guys for what you were doing. It sends a clear and present message as to what their intentions and what their priorities are. You know, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to do simple math. That's just the simple math. So, you know, for any parents out there, it sounds like, you know, and there's definitely nothing safe on the internet. You need to have parental controls. You need to be monitoring what your kids are doing if they're on the internet at all. But, you know, Fortnite seems like it's got a better system in place to keep your kids safe. So that could definitely be something that you could try to redirect your kids to.
You know what I actually found interesting? I didn't go like really public with this, but when all this came out, the CEO of Epic Games actually was liking some of my posts. So, I mean, I'm just saying, like, you know, I don't know what his position is on this, but like, you know, I've heard good things about that platform. That's pretty much it.
That's what's up, man. Schlep, can I ask you a question? Because you've worked with Alex Rawson. I like Alex. I have his phone number. I text him every once in a while. I haven't gotten to work with him. I know a lot of people are really sensitive about some of the words that he uses and whatnot, but I love his work. But inherently, when watching him work, a lot of people get turned off by the idea that he seems to sort of baby the predator in getting them to admit right in front of the cops.
People are upset about that?
Bro, I've seen so many comments of people like, he's nice to the predator. And I'm like, did you see 2 seconds later where he gets the dude to admit to the cops he has CP on his phone?
Yeah, I like, what do you want? You want him to beat him up and then he gets no charges? Like, he's literally ruining their lives.
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty stupid take.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And, you know, I did an interview with a child sex crimes detective that was managed to stay in the game for 7 years. The burnout on child sex crimes units is usually 2 to 3 years. Some make it 5. He made it 7. He every time he busted one, he put their mugshot on his wall, and he went till his walls were covered with the people he'd put in prison, and he had it down methodically to where he was getting him federal charges. So it was about 15 years for each one. And he said exactly what Alex Rawson is doing is exactly what he would do when he went in to interrogate them. So anybody who has a problem with what Alex is doing,
if you ever see any interrogation videos or anything, like they buy them like food and stuff like that, you know, like they'll go and buy them a McDonald's meal so that they open up, and then guess what? They admit to the crime, and then they're gone for good, literally.
Yeah, I mean, and I see people saying 15 years is nothing, but to be honest with you, our system is broken, which is why, you know, you guys hear me constantly yelling wood chipper, which is sort of a cartoonish way to present it, but like I'm 1000% believe that we need the death penalty for this. Yes. And I feel like 40 years of appeals is fucking ridiculous. Mm-hmm. It's ridiculous that they get put on death row, where they're actually on death row. You're more protected than you would be on a main line. And they get to just ride out. And, you know, death rows, it's a miserable run and everything, but it's less miserable than if you were out, you know, because Ruben, I don't know how much of my story you know, but, you know, I was a drug addict. I went to prison. A lot of my stuff started when I got molested when I was a child. I didn't know how to process it. But in prison, I spent most of my time torturing and beating the fuck out of pedophiles. And I've seen what happens to them in there. You know what I'm saying? They'll get broken glass and human feces put in their food. Yep. They'll get beaten. They get, you know, the cell door slammed on their face repeatedly. I've seen them fall upstairs. That's a crazy look, bro. Falling up a flight of cement stairs. I don't know what happened, officer. He just fell up the stairs face first. But you know, we've got a broken system. 15 years, getting him put away for 15 years is actually, it's a lot. With where our system is at. You know, when I got sentenced to go to prison for 39 months for 3 stolen Hondas, which I'm not complaining about the amount of time that I got. I damaged my community. I hurt people that were law-abiding citizens. I violated their hard-earned property. So I felt totally okay with the time that I got. But the guy before me had 2 charges of sodomy on a 4-year-old and I believe a 6-year-old. It's been a long time, but sodomy, bro, on 2 little boys. And he got 6 months in county jail and 6 months probation. And the judge allowed him 30 days to get his affairs in order. And then when I went up there for my time, you know, for stealing cars, dude hit me with, you're going for 39 months. You're going to get out. You're going to do more meth and you're going to die. And my mama's crying and shit. And I just watching the way that they treat people over property versus a child's innocence just killed something in me as a child sexual assault survivor. Mm-hmm. L. Derpington said, me and my brother and a friend checked out a sketchy group we found on Roblox. Turned out to be a Chomo base that was fronting as an LGBTQ hangout. It needed requests to be accepted in order to join. For some reason, they found it necessary to ask us our real names and addresses. And by the way, thank you for that huge support, El Derpington. So that's a thing that you can get into private spaces and ask kids for their names and addresses, asking kids to dox themselves.
Yeah, Roblox has a groups feature that works kind of the same way it does on Facebook. They've renamed these to communities. But basically, they have a group wall, they have a members list. And what people will do is they'll make these groups on the website, and all of the predators will be attracted to them like a magnet. And then they use the members list as like a directory to either find other predators or find victims to trade child porn with. And a lot of these groups, they get up to thousands of members. I saw one the other day that was at 6,000 members, and Roblox still hadn't deleted it. And you look at the wall on some of these groups, and you'll see people saying things like "add me to trade," "add to role play," "add to play a condo."
You'll see worse. You'll see like I'm 12 years old. Send me pics, or I'm selling photos of myself. Yeah. I'm a minor. Like you'll see like tons of stuff like that.
Just out in the open.
Yeah.
So isn't this something that like this seems like a field day for the feds to go in and investigate?
Oh yeah.
How has this not happened yet?
That's a great question. I mean, it's so out in the open that it makes me wonder why it's as prevalent as it is. I mean, it seems like you could hire one or two people to just go through this platform and wipe all of this stuff out in a week, but obviously they're not doing that.
So look, I know people that are pretty well connected, and I'm going to be taking all of this information to them. I might need to get a hold of either you gentlemen and just get some direction to be able to give them. I think that we can actually make some serious headway on this, because this is some of the most disturbing shit that I've heard. And like, I spend all day, every day looking into cases like this, but hearing that this is this wide out in the open on a children's platform is absolutely beyond disturbing, man. Like, something has to be done about this.
Yeah.
And I have people that are pretty high up in the current administration that could get this in front of the right people. They could get this in front of like Kash Patel and Bongino and have them look into this stuff, man, because this is absolutely crazy.
That would be amazing. I mean, we've been trying to get a line directly to Roblox for years, but if we can get one directly to law enforcement, that would be even better.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like that's the best way to proceed. Roblox can kick and scream all it wants. They're not going to send a cease and desist to the FBI.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you going to tell the FBI when they start pulling busts off of your shit? Mm-hmm. There's not a thing that they can do about it. They might be trying to pick on you guys, which, Ruben, by the way, salute for winning that shit, my guy. What a gangster ass move, bro. And Schlep, the way that you're dealing with it is exactly how you need to deal with it. Don't engage on their platform. There's other ways that you can continue to do your work and be effective and keep kids safe, man.
Exactly. I mean, that's the whole thing. Like, at the end of the day, I'm just so disgusted to see how Roblox views my work. Like, and I was really disgusted too, because like I've made it kind of clear. Like, I've put in, like, you know, when I was on the news, I kind of like explained a little bit of why I catch predators on the platform. And it's just like to see them go like, and they were saying like, I guess it wasn't directly like insinuated at me, but like I'm the only person who's even been affected by this vigilante policy. But they were saying it's like I'm only doing it for profit and just stuff like that. It's so far from the truth. I mean, the video I did in June, which totally blew up, I could have easily taken that video down when it got demonetized, made it clean, and wait for it to get monetized. But I left it up only to spread awareness to what Roblox was doing. I literally lost probably a lot of money, like, just by doing that. So it's so disgusting to see like how Roblox just views my work and what I'm doing. Awareness has always been like the front of it. And at the end of the day, it's like, I just really like, I want to get out there what is going on, because it is just gross.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and I genuinely appreciate you guys taking the time to talk with me and my community. You know, a large part of my community is built on people that want to protect kids, because that's a lot of what my platform is about. I really hope that in the future we can work together, hopefully get some federal sites on this whole situation as well. Maybe do some busts together, man. Is there anything else that you guys want the people to know?
I mean, if you have kids on Roblox, personally, I'll just put it like this. If I had kids, they would not touch this site. It is... Yeah. The stuff I've seen is just, it would blow your mind. And I've talked to kids who, like, you know, my like real life circle that play Roblox, and it's like, I'll ask them what's some of the things you've seen on there. And it's like, it's disturbing. Like, they tell me how people have asked them to get on Snapchat and stuff like that. And it's like, you know, these people are predators trying to like groom. And it's just like, I don't know. It's crazy because, I saw this thing. It was in the Bloomberg thing where this girl asked a bunch of kids who played Roblox, how many people have like gone ahead and asked you for your Snapchat off of Roblox, and all these kids rose their hand up. I mean, it's unreal the damage that is being done, and the only way that this is really going to be seen is in the next decade when those kids become adults. And I don't want to wait that long. I'm very disgusted as is.
At that point, it's already way too late.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's already way too late. The damage has been done. It took me legitimately it took me the majority of my life to get past what was done to me as a child. So at that point, there's kids that are already super damaged. And I was reading earlier some statistics that the average pedophile, not an overachiever or anything like that, an average pedophile will have at least 12 victims in their lifetime unless they're stopped. So, you know, at the point where you gentlemen are intervening, or any of these other predator catchers or law enforcement, you guys are literally saving multiple kids. This is not, I don't believe that there's a one and done when it comes to this type of stuff.
That's literally how I view it. I mean, it's like for every single catch, like 6 of them, right? How many more victims there would be beyond where that point stopped? Like, I mean, it could easily be up in the triple digits, you know? That's the reality of it. And that's so scary. It's terrifying. I mean, when you see these like developers in the Roblox community get exposed for like being a predator, it's like one victim comes out, and then another victim, and then another victim, and then another victim. And then you just have this whole sea of people saying that they were abused by this one person. And it's just like, wow, it took that long to like finally get something to be done about it. And a lot of instances, nothing is done about it, you know?
I do a lot of public speaking in prisons, treatment centers, sober livings, stuff like that. And I always, the first time that I ever told that part of my story, I had 3 men come up to me afterwards and say the same thing happened to me when I was a kid, and I've never ever talked about it. And the fact that you were able to say that in front of a bunch of strangers was so brave. And I'm like, really? Because I couldn't see straight, and it felt like I shit my pants, dog. I was terrified, absolutely terrified. But they were like, we feel like we can talk about it now. And like, truly, like, talking about it was the only thing that helped me to heal. So I want to encourage anybody who's out there who has been through that. I know a lot of us take whatever time we need to be able to process it, to get to the point to be able to speak on it. But the sooner that you can talk about it, you can verbalize it, you can share it with somebody that you trust, that is how you start the process of healing and learning to put yourself back together to a point where you can love yourself and you can let go of what happened. So I highly recommend that people find somebody safe to talk to. L. Derpington also said, want to slide into more detail from my previous super. All 3 of us were older teens, and we found the group from an advertisement on the homepage of the Roblox app. It was a piece of cake to see straight through to their true intentions. So this was on Roblox fucking homepage.
Oh yeah. They will put literal sex games on their recommended. I mean, there's a video I saw of someone creating a brand new account, literally no algorithmic data, nothing. They create a brand new account and they scroll, and guess what? A game with beds and animations, and you join and people are putting up signs saying they want to have sex. That was recommended to children. It doesn't take long for you to go on to Roblox and find a weird game. I mean, it really doesn't. And I just find it interesting too, because I look at platforms like YouTube, which have been consistently called out for this sort of stuff. Like, they've had advertisers boycott over this. But then Roblox, they work with all of these same brands. And it's just like, it's kind of crazy that like nothing is actually being done. Like, it's just like kind of just, that's it. Like, it's wild.
So the same brands that were giving shit to YouTube.
Oh yeah. They have games on
Roblox.
Yeah. And in my predator catches, I've literally had advertisements being displayed in the background of it. It's like almost like your grooming is brought to you by this product. Like, isn't that not like insane?
That's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
And so you can actually have sex in the game.
Oh yeah.
That can't be like a function. Is that like a mod or a hack or something, or is it
For some of these games, they're designed for sex, and they'll have sex animations. They'll give your characters penises and vaginas and boobs. Um, Roblox just released an update where you could upload your own custom animations and use them in any single game. And not even 24 hours after they released this,
Hours. It was like 3 hours actually.
Yeah, people were uploading like humping animations, and they would call them push-up animations, and they're just like humping the ground.
Yeah, and I'm already seeing like stuff in my feed on Instagram and like TikTok of just, you know, people going to town and just like what would be actually innocent children's games. Like, it's so disturbing.
Yeah, they've completely lost control, and this is kind of a pattern with the company, is they roll out these features well before they have any control over moderating them. And I think that is a perfect indicator to what's going to happen if they release dating.
they had to know full well when they offered people the availability to do those types of customizations that there was gonna be dicks.
Yeah,
There was gonna be like immediately.
When Bloomberg released their article, they included some of the interviews that they did with these anonymous Roblox employees. And in this article, you can see quotes from them where they're saying, we voiced concerns to upper management. We said, hey, we don't have any way of making this feature safe before it rolls out. And those were brushed off because they wanted to get them out faster.
That's crazy. Because of your guys' legal entanglements, I'm going to say this with my own voice, and they can come at me if they want to. If you are out there and you have kids, boycott fucking Roblox. Boycott fucking Roblox. I'm going to work on everything that I can behind the scenes to get federal law enforcement involved, but fucking boycott Roblox. It's not a safe place for your kids. What they're doing is disgusting. They are very aware that they are creating a dangerous fucking environment for children. A sexually dangerous environment for children, and they are profiting off of this. They are aware of what they're doing, and they continue to do it because it feeds their fucking wallet while they put children at risk, and children are actively being harmed on a regular basis because of what they're doing so that they can continue to make money. Children are being sexually harmed. This has to be stopped. Boycott fucking Roblox. I'm not a huge boycotting guy. I've never boycotted Starbucks. I've never boycotted much of fucking anything. I've never told people how to spend their money because I just don't feel like that's something I'm in a position to do. But when it comes to keeping our kids safe, this is the right thing to do. Get your kids off of fucking Roblox. Whatever Robux you've bought, call it a wash, man. Call it a wash. Let me ask you guys a question. If you have like a bunch of Robux on your account and they ban you, do you get refunded for that?
Nope. It's all gone.
So they're just stealing your shit.
Schlep,
yeah. Oh man, don't even get me started, bro. I lost, I think it would be thousands of dollars. Like I bought all these items when I was like a kid. Roblox is a little weird. So you can't actually, they actually do have value. Like, for instance, you can use them to buy game assets, or for instance, I could have paid editors with it. But it was like over 1 million Roblox currency. I mean, I think
that's over $10,000.
Yeah. Gone, wiped. I can't do anything.
Refunds. Yeah. Sorry.
Nope.
That's just insane, bro. Mm-hmm. That's just insane. And this is a literal currency. I mean, it translates to real
Roblox
life money.
Directly compared it to the stock market before, like.
Yeah, and they're using it to buy CP.
Yeah,
that's so fucking crazy to me, man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you guys, I really appreciate you coming and taking the time to educate our community here today. You guys are fucking rock stars, man. If there's ever any way that I can help, if there's ever any way I can use my platform to amplify what you're doing, if you guys ever want to collaborate on busts or anything of the like, you guys have my contact information. I appreciate you to no end. Everybody at home, man, please do me a favor. Please keep your kids safe. Please keep your kids off Roblox. Let's all spread boycott Roblox. I'm going to be doing what I can reaching federal law enforcement. I want to thank everybody who did the supers. I know I normally read all the supers. We had 2 guests here today, and what they had to say was incredibly important for the safety of our children. Everybody who gave supers, thank you. I love you. I appreciate each and every one of you who spent your time watching this today. Special mention to L. Derpington, man. Thank you for bringing that to our attention and for those incredible supers to bring that to our attention. I love each and every one of you guys, man. And until the next one, be good or be good at it, y'all.